Hey friends, it's Matt Watson from SuperMega Show. It's 2025 now, can you believe it? And it's a new year, new start, new you. At least for me, at the start of every new year, I think about all the things I want to do and build and design throughout the year. And you know, what better way to start a new project than with Shopify? That business idea you've been kicking around forever, why not make it real? And Shopify can help you do that real lickety-split, real easy. The best time to start your new business is right now. Established in 2025. Has a nice ring to it, don't you agree? That could be you with your business. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/super. Go to shopify.com/super. All lowercase. That's not in the URL. I'm just saying super is all lowercase. Shopify.com/super. Thank you to Shopify for supporting the show. Cha-ching!
Congratulations, you won! Alert! 今天恢复你美丽的 Ʞᴏᴇ。
I truthfully hate that song.
Is that Lady Gaga?
Katy Perry? Wait, Edge of... that kind of sounds like a Lady Gaga.
Let me...
Edge of Glory. You'll edge me until there's some glory? Okay. Dude, I like that. We got to start doing that more. We got to start whipping out the...
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga, okay.
Edge of Glory.
Can I be honest, dude? I've never been a big Gaga head. I just... Nothing... I think Lady Gaga's style is cool and stuff. I just... The music has never captivated me. It's never, like... The melodies, I've just never really vibed with them, dude. They give me anxiety for some reason. I can't even explain it. Don't like it.
Gaga, ooh, gaga,
Don't like it.
Coming from the guy who, what is it? You like Justin Bieber's "Yummy" or what was it called?
Yeah, it's a great song.
Yeah.
Yummy, 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 yummy. It's a great, fantastic song.
As like
a pussy.
As like a. Kind of like a more of a gauge of what Matt likes versus what he doesn't like. He doesn't like Lady Gaga.
Do you like Lady Gaga?
I like some of her songs. They're fun. I mean, I'm not like obsessed with... I'm not really obsessed with like any musician really.
Besides me.
I do, of course. Not... I'm not even sure you can call yourself a musician. Maybe a SoundCloud rapper.
Not even rap.
Maybe a musically artist or something.
What were you saying before that?
I was saying that you probably couldn't even call yourself a musical artist.
I think that the chorus of Poker Face is pretty good, actually. Pretty good.
Yeah, whenever I hear that specific chorus, though, I always think to myself, Ed Sheeran could do it better.
Oh, 100%. Well, when I hear most music, I think Ed Sheeran could do it better.
I listen to the Beatles, the Beach Boys, any B's really, like Beyonce, any artist that starts the letter B that I've heard of. The Buzzbees,
the Buzz Boys, the Bus Boys,
the B-Balls,
and the Beach Says, the Beyonce.
Yeah, that's sure. I'm sure.
Beach Boys and Beyonce mixed.
Yeah,
I like the emphasis you put on Beach Boys. You said the Beach Boys.
The Beach Boys.
It's actually
they're the boys from the beach.
Dude, I saw a video on I was on Reddit on r/cringe, guys. Get ready for this story. And
you saw yourself.
We're gonna have to have a talk after this one. No, I saw a Beach Boys concert at the inauguration or something a couple of years back, and it was the Beach Boys and Mark McGrath, and they were doing a beautiful performance of a song where the voices were like auto-tuned to like a corny degree and pre-recorded, and it's insane, dude.
Where's the cringe come from?
How bad it is.
Oh.
It's the cringe comes from like the
That's on
performance.
McGrath, I'm sure, not the Beach Boys.
No, actually, I think McGrath might have been the only one that wasn't pre-recorded. It looked like he actually was singing his part, and I love McGrath.
No, the Beach Boys wouldn't do that, dude. I don't know. I think you're just looking into things too much. I think sometimes, you get on the internet and you go down these rabbit holes and you get filled with like confirmation bias. The Beach Boys would never pre-record their tracks and then lip sync to them.
There was a point when you couldn't lip sync, like it wasn't a thing yet, like the technology was not there. Like artists, they had to play it live.
A lot of artists are open now. I was like, hey, I'm sick sometimes, so if I'm not going to cancel a whole show unless you want me to.
Well, what's really normal, what most artists do, is they sing over the like backing track. Yeah, so it's like they're not lip syncing, but they're singing over the track. So it's like both of them. Just to kind of carry
in case they forget their lyrics.
You can just go.
You can mumble through maybe some of them.
Oh, I've forgotten my own lyrics before on stage and just kind of mumbled through. Just it's hard. It's a lot of words.
It's almost like it's almost like an improvisational beat in your song where people usually like, oh shit, he's doing something different here. He's just feeling himself, which you should stop doing at your live shows.
They like it when I feel myself.
I know, but I mean it's more so.
Or most of them do.
A few bad apples spoil the bunch in this case.
I know. They went on Reddit and they were typing all sorts about it. They said they're in front row, they could smell it, and all this stuff. And it's like, okay, well. I mean,
luckily it didn't reach as anywhere astronomical levels as our former boss Brent's smelly penis thread.
No, absolutely. And I have owned up to it. That show specifically, I didn't shower leading up the 2 days before that. It's busy on tour. When you're on tour, it's nonstop, dude. It is carrying boxes, packing, setting up, closing shows down, and getting on the road. That's a really good quote right there about showbiz.
The tour life.
Yeah, the tour
Matt
life.
On the tour life.
Do you miss
featured in Newsweek?
You miss it?
Tour life?
Yeah.
There's a part of it that's nice, and there's some camaraderie. But I think at the end of the day, I love being anchored down to one spot for the most part. It is a fun experience, but like long leg tours or just. There was I feel like the last tour we did was pretty long.
The last
like
one we
two
did was
different tours almost.
Last one we did was Texas, which was the shortest.
I'm talking about the one where we also not the last one then. I'm talking about the one where like we went to Canada and.
Okay, so we did the Northwest, which was pretty long, but then we did the Northeast and almost. We
went to
took
New
a little
York
break, and then we did the Southeast.
To our little locations back home. We went Charleston, Columbia.
I threw up. I like projectile vomited the day of the Charleston show because I was so nervous.
It was awesome.
Yeah. I ate up, and I hadn't eaten anything. I was nervous. I ate a banana and then just went in the bathroom and just. I think it's the only time I can remember throwing up from anxiety. I don't know why. Just not fun, but touring is.
See, the way you explained it, it sounded fun, but I'm glad you.
Right.
You specified
the tone. I know. I could see how you could believe.
I thought you were smiling when you were vomiting.
But touring is stressful. It gives me a lot of anxiety. Like I don't know. I just get a lot of stage fright. Even though like when you see me and Ryan on stage, you're like, those guys are naturals. Like they were born to do this. You would never guess that we're nervous. But I don't know about you, but I get pretty anxious before performing.
Not at all.
In front of an audience.
No.
Well, I do.
Okay. Do you want to talk about it or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's
what
normal.
makes you anxious about performing? Your voice?
What
that
if I
would
mess
be one
up?
that I'd think about. Like your voice, like cracking and messing.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just I like being hunkered down, like you said. I like being in one place and being away. I guess weirdly what stresses me out is knowing that I have to do these shows. Like, it's like, oh, we have to do Seattle and then Vancouver and then X, Y, and Z. And knowing that, like, I cannot go lay in my bed or I cannot go, like, really relax until these things are done and they're days away and I have to get through them. So it's just, I don't know. It almost feels like I'm trapped.
See, my show anxiety doesn't feel more so like it's not like from the trapped nature. It's more from like it's more directly just from I'm about to be in front of a lot of people. It's just like eyes, like the whole public, like back when you first got into like public speaking, you had to read one of your first like paragraphs or essays out to the class, that type of vibe. And the one thing I will say, and I think I think I can speak for the both of us because we've talked about it before, but where it really comes into play is like you get out there, get through like the first 5 minutes or like that first round of applause, and I heard a thump.
Yeah, there was a thump.
Are we still haunted? I
think we might be.
We got an exorcist specifically, and I swear to God, because you said that you knew this guy and that he was good.
He's good. He's really good.
You swore by him and everything.
And he exercised the place. I'm telling you. That thump was probably something else. Something probably fell out there. Not ghost related.
You wouldn't go cheap on an exorcist.
I wouldn't go cheap. No, I would not go cheap on an exorcist. But you were saying.
I was saying you get into like the first round, then all of a sudden that anxiety turns more into adrenaline, and you're more energized and you're having more fun. And then of course, there are spots where the anxiety comes back. Where you're like, oh no, that joke didn't land.
That's what that's what my anxiety is the most about. My anxiety the most is about not being funny or like floundering, where it's like we're riffing and it's just really not like,
it's just the vibes are off.
Exactly. It's like the vibes are off and the whole room, the whole audience can feel it. Because I've seen that happen before when I've been in the audience. It's awkward. My biggest fear comes from that, like creating that situation, saying something, not a lot of people laugh. Or
I would say the lucky part about YouTubers or anyone who has developed a fan base, though, is that suddenly now people are here to watch you.
Right.
That's their reason. Their reason is to watch. So I feel like if we're mainlining, from our perspective, I think that means we have to try our damnedest to get them to laugh or to really make sure they're having a good time. Whereas then from the audience perspective, I could honestly seeing it be the other side of the coin of like, they don't have to do much to really make me enjoy this show.
Yeah.
And that also can lead to like very uncreative YouTuber live shows where it's just kind of like a bad stand-up. If you put that in front of just a regular crowd of people that aren't YouTube fans, they'd be like, what the hell is this? Which,
I
mean, granted, we had a few unfortunates that were at bars because I remember specifically Charleston. We like performed like
it was at the Music Farm, which is like a pretty casual venue.
Yep. And there were people there just to be there.
Yeah. So for the most part, it was super mega fans.
Yes.
Because it was sold out and it was pretty packed, but you could still come in
go to the bar or something.
I think you could go to the bar, and an older couple did, and they.
It started with Family Guy like dubstep remix or something. So.
I think it was Gangnam. Oh no, wait. Gangnam Style was the Christmas show. This was it was Family Guy. Yeah, we came out to that, and I'm sure they were just very confused.
Lucky they left. There's a Family Guy.
Those shows were fun. Obviously, if we did live shows now, I would want to do it a lot differently. Yeah, I'd want to.
Well, the progression of our live shows did kind of. Yeah. They were veering more towards that. The first few live shows we did were very much like we're going to get drunk and just talk.
Yeah.
It was they were super mega cast lives, right? Essentially, they were never
super mega live, but it was essentially like just us, kind of just shooting the shit on stage. And we did like a drunk drawing segment.
Ross drinking an entire bottle of wine,
smoking a whole blunt,
getting very belligerent on stage.
Oh my God, he was intoxicated,
feeling us up and down, left and right. And usually I don't complain. But there were no thank yous or yes pleases or yes thank yous in there.
Exactly, and it embarrassed me because he got me hard in front of the whole audience. And
yeah,
I didn't want them to see that.
And the shape of your pecker is comical.
Exactly. So I said, dude, we agreed on this.
It's like a cartoon mushroom in a Bugs Bunny animation.
Exactly, and then the whole audience saw that. Luckily, it was only like 150 people, but
yeah,
the audience at these shows, you're right. It's like we're lucky because these are not random people for the most part.
If we were just doing
that
stand-up.
Are judging, if you're doing stand-up, that's nerve-wracking because none of these people know who you are, and you have to make them laugh. Which the vibe of the audience really decides everything. Because sometimes an audience can just not be feeling it, like, and everyone else picks up on it from each other, and
and maybe I think we also look too much into it sometimes, where we feel because there are audiences who are way more energetic than others.
Oh my God, yeah.
And a part of that you also have to think maybe have to do with like the venue.
There's a lot of factors.
I understand people not like going to a YouTuber show and going like, ending up just being like, okay, no more of those. Like I
give it a shot.
I get it, but it is more of like a nice communal thing where I look at it with our shows. If we were to do any more in the future, where it's like people with the same sense of humor can come, especially if we want to do more pre-recorded, pre-scripted stuff.
Sure.
It's more like putting on a show instead of where like our last tour was very much had those scripted parts, but there were segments where it was just left up to the air a lot of the time.
Those were the best shows.
Which is fine, and I love the improv, and I think we should keep improv in our shows to an extent.
Yeah.
But I do like there being a framework, and I think
too.
A structure, and that really helps me feel more comfortable when I go out there, because I know if this isn't working, we're moving on to this a little more quickly.
The first shows we did, like the first tour, it really was there was no framework. There was framework. It was just super loose. So I think that's where a lot of my anxiety came from with those shows, was like, okay, we're going to go up there and talk. What if we're not funny? And then we have to fill an hour riffing with each other. And what if the vibes are off?
And we're just riffing and just trying to, essentially, it's not even we're trying to be funny now. My worry, one of my worries was like, what if then we're just kind of stuck, forced to be unfunny for a crowd that doesn't like it for an hour because they paid for an hour of a show.
And then the vibes,
which is what something
spiral, and I don't remember having any like particularly bad shows. There's ones that were definitely not as good as other ones because of vibes, but I don't think any of them were necessarily bad. Like I don't remember ever walking off stage.
Got booed, or there was never like
or being like that was a bad show.
There's just like the place where it was like a dining room that the vibes just weren't for it. We talked about it. I feel like in the SuperMega show.
Oh, yeah.
There's that one, and then there's the venue, which I think they still had good energy, but you could tell there was like this feeling of, I think it was it in, not Tennessee,
Nashville, when everyone was standing?
Yes, Nashville, Tennessee. I was about to say, is it Tennessee? Then yes. Was Tennessee also the place where it's like you can have an open, not carry, but like an open container in your car? Where was it? I thought we went somewhere.
Yeah,
where
I think
like,
it is Tennessee. You can have alcohol in your car. What's the law? It's weird. It's the only state like that.
The driver can't, of course, be drinking it, but like open containers are allowed.
You can have open alcohol in your car, which is
like the passengers can be drinking.
Yes,
I don't know. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe we're wrong. It wouldn't be the first time.
Well, just go, guys. If you live in Tennessee, try it. Just crack a beer and
send us what happens. Cheers, a cop.
Yeah, but I do miss doing live shows. It's really fun. The anxiety is there for me, like the hour before you go on stage. That's when it's tough. And then, like you said, after the first 5 minutes, the adrenaline kind of, like when you get out there, if the crowd is really good and energetic, it like eases your worries, and you're like, oh, okay, it's a good crowd. And
but if they're all ugly,
holy shit!
I'm kidding. Ads.
Hey friends, it's Matt Watson from SuperMega Show. It's 2025 now. Can you believe it? It's a new year, new start, new you. At least for me, at the start of every new year, I think about all the things I want to do and build and design throughout the year. And you know, what better way to start a new project than with Shopify? That business idea you've been kicking around forever, why not make it real? And Shopify can help you do that real lickety-split, real easy. The best time to start your new business is right now. Shopify makes it simple for you to create your brand, open up an online shop, bada bing, bada boom. You can get your store up and running super fast, super easy with, tons of customizable templates. The templates are beautiful. With Shopify, your first sale is closer than you think. Here at SuperMega, we use Shopify almost every single day. It's how we do our merch operation, because we run our whole merch operation right here out of our office. We don't use some big company or, corporation to produce it all. We do it all ourselves, and Shopify has made it super easy, super streamlined, and honestly fun. Shopify has made it pretty fun to pack orders and shoot things out into the mail system, and learned a lot. It's fun. Established in 2025. Has a nice ring to it, don't you agree? That could be you with your business. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/super. Go to shopify.com/super. All lowercase. That's not in the URL. I'm just saying super is all lowercase. Shopify.com/super. Thank you to Shopify for supporting the show. Cha-ching!
I want to apologize. All of our fans are beautiful in their own way. I do not think that they're ugly on the outside. Maybe some of you are ugly on the inside.
Definitely. Oh, Ryan, we've seen it. Some of them are.
But you're all beautiful in your own way. Like you for your eyebrows.
And
you know I'm talking about you.
And you, for your nose piercing, your brand new nose piercing. It looks really good.
The one that's like a bull?
Mm-hmm. Looks fantastic. So good job. But fuck, what was I going to say? Oh, if you would, in the future, if I go back to doing show tunes and taking it on the road, which I have no plans to at the moment, but who knows? I would love for you to travel with me and be my opening act and do some ventriloquism or something, or some magic tricks, open for me, do magic, or whatever you want. You just open for my shows.
Can I have chess competitions with the audience?
Sure.
Where an audience, I get to play someone for money.
It's like a 4-hour chess game, just sitting there in silence.
So put in the contract, like I can, like if they don't have the money to compensate me, it comes from the tour.
Yeah, and they get thrown out of the venue.
It's $1,000 prize each game.
Yeah, you have to put up $1,000.
Maybe it's speed chess, so I can get a few more games in the beginning.
Okay.
And
one guy loses like $4,000.
Can I sell some of my merch, some of my chess sets, Ryan McGee's chess sets?
Absolutely.
They have a nice, like velvety kind of like cut cloth on the underside of the pieces. So
you can just slide them. Mm-hmm. I was saying though,
carved wood, by the way.
The ventriloquism you've been doing is good, so maybe a little better than the chess, but it's your like if you come on tour with me, you can obviously do whatever you want.
The old saying goes, I think I'm going to stick with it. There's no money in ventriloquism, but there's a fortune to be made in chess.
Yeah,
and that was and that was by Thomas Jefferson.
Like I see that quote written in by a quill and feather. Like there's no money to be made in ventriloquism, but there is money to be made in chess. Thomas Jefferson, 1883.
The man who enslaved his own children.
Yeah. Shout out Tommy. That's crazy.
Good old Tommy.
Tommy. I said 1883. He was definitely not alive in 1883. He was like 17.
Yeah, 17.
Okay. 7. Dude, I was thinking about this because I recently have been watching this YouTube channel. Oh, fuck, I forgot the name. But basically, he just does videos on medieval stuff. Like
I was going to guess the channel.
Guess the channel.
Hot ones.
Not hot ones.
Okay, never
Old
mind.
ones. It's about medieval stuff. And
is it actually called Old Ones?
No.
Okay, so you just lied.
But it's a good idea,
you
right?
Just fibbed. It is a good idea, but you fibbed to me.
I bared false witness, and I apologize.
And you didn't say that you were fibbing. You just went on.
I'm saying right now
I was going to be
fibbing.
stuck with that fib, and that was going to, if I went up to someone in conversation and told them about Old Ones, this channel that I heard my friend Matt talk about, I would be embarrassed because they'd go up and look, and who knows what they'd find on YouTube.
I don't know what comes up when you search Old Ones.
But regardless, go on. What is this channel?
He does videos on medieval stuff, but like fun medieval stuff. So it'll be like
torture things.
Yeah, a lot on that, but it'll be like, where did peasants sleep on their journeys, or like, what did a
Has
peasant
he been doing
eat?
videos for years?
Yeah.
Because there was this channel I was super into that just went into like how does the plumbing work in castles.
He does videos like that.
I watched like
British accent.
I think so. It was like videos from like something. It would go into like even like the normal life of a common folk, and it's like the streets were covered in shit.
He does those videos. In fact, he has
love those. I got on a stint of them for maybe 2 weeks.
They're great. There's another one I watched that's called Told in Stone, I think, and he does it about ancient Rome. Anyway, the medieval stuff. I've been on a big medieval kick because of Elden Ring.
Elden Ring. It
got me into. I'm having a medieval phase.
Which YouTube killed.
Fuck you, YouTube. I shouldn't say that.
Frick you, YouTube. You bunch of crunts.
Crunt is a fantastic word, dude. That's a good one. Did you come up with that?
I just didn't want to say the other thing.
Crunt.
But you know what I mean, YouTube.
It's open for interpretation. They might interpret it in the worst way possible, so...
Well, I hope they do interpret it in the worst way possible. But they can't say anything because crunt is not a bad word.
Nope.
It might allude to a bad word.
Well, see, but that's the thing. That's what matters, is that it's with the intention.
Well, actually...
For sexual content, it's for sexual gratification. So not just nudity. Like, nudity in itself... isn't super.
I mean, we've
bad.
seen the guy, that guy, roll the clip, Luke. The guy spreading his asshole. It became popular on TikTok
for Patreon. Yeah, there's the clip. And Luke also put this YouTube video up of how to put on a condom, just for educational purposes, of course.
Of course.
But man, the medieval stuff has been very fun to watch, and Elden Ring got me really into learning more about medieval shit.
How miserable of a time that was.
Exactly what I was going to say. That's where I was going with this.
Just because we have everything today that we have. Like, we think about... A lot of people think of it in kind of like in the way of... what's that movie called? It's where Martin Lawrence goes back in time. Where it's like a modern
Martin Lawrence's time travel adventure.
Yeah, sure. But there's I can't remember what it's called. But a lot of, like, Hollywood and a lot of probably... people they'll conceptualize going back to medieval times as like, whoa, it's like everything's kind of just what it is. I'm just gonna go over and tool around and have some fun, but you're not gonna first of all, you're probably not gonna understand a word these people are speaking.
The English is so different. It's gonna the accent and everything. Well, it depends on, I guess, how far back you go, but
even taking a time machine back to no, I was about to say Western time.
I think 1600s even you'd have a hard time understanding English,
let alone medieval times.
Oh my God. What? So medieval times is what, 1200? I
was thinking 12 to 1400s.
Yeah.
Sound about right?
Yeah, I think so.
I hope it's not
maybe
700
even
to 800s.
700. Okay, I think medieval time, in my mind, 600 feels way too early, but I would say 700 feels like it's medieval. 700 to 1500 in my mind, because past 1500 it starts to not feel very medieval.
Well, Matt, we have a lot of wiggle room. It lasted from 476 AD to the late 15th century.
Okay, so
we were correct to an extent.
Why did it start at that year? Specifically, that's a random ass year.
1456. Maybe it's when a monarchy was put in place of a king, that type of shit.
Oh, probably, yeah. But I was just thinking about how fucking miserable life would have been back then. Also, I love back then. You're working at 12 years old. You're just going out in the fields.
Where's all the piss, shit, and garbage going? A lot of it's in the streets.
Oh, that was. In one of the videos I watched, they were talking about that, where it's you would just piss and shit in a bedpan, whatever, just
toss it out the second floor of the earth.
Disgusting. And then people just walk through it and think about how bad shit smelled. And they didn't want to, why did no one go, guys, what if we all pissed and shit in, we poured it out in a designated area, maybe we dig a hole and then it doesn't smell bad.
Well, eventually plumbing was... mostly for the castles.
For the rich, yeah.
The castle systems had their... Except, plumbing as much as plumbing could be. It was, chutes for your shit. Longer chutes so you didn't have to see it. Or, bedpans that would be replaced instantaneously by the chambermaidens, whatever they were called.
Chambermaidens, I think.
There's no way.
No, I think chambermaiden is a... That is a cool...
The chamber sounds like a bathroom,
It's
Chambermaidens.
Cool band name. The Chambermaidens.
Well, we could start it.
Yeah, we can be the Chambermaidens.
Yeah, we could use voice modulation and have VTuber personas.
Ooh, and we'll be medieval women with large bosoms that are,
fat moose knuckle.
Huge moose knuckle. You could go fucking cave diving in that thing.
Oh yeah.
But there was one torture method where they would put you in, I think it's called the oubliette, which was toilet in French or some shit. But you would get dropped down into the bottom of a castle's toilet, and the toilet back then was literally just like a well with no water at the bottom.
Far, you die from
stone.
Yeah.
And they'd push you down, so you'd be incredibly injured from the fall after falling 20, 30 feet. So you survive that most likely, and with broken bones, and you're stuck down there, and then you are just down there getting pissed on and shit on until you die.
Until you drown in piss and shit.
Or
become sick and die from infection.
And I think, dude, they had this one torture that was so insane. Like, well, all the tortures they did back then were insane. They got really creative. And
the feather on the feet.
That's almost kind of sexy, though.
Diabolical.
Yeah, it's absolutely diabolical. When that torture where they would suck your toes one by one, over and over.
When they put itching powder in your pantaloons.
Torture methods, but they're like cartoon ass.
You're chained up. You're like,
Whoa!
That would suck.
Sneezing powder?
If someone put itching powder in your pantaloons and then chained you up so you couldn't itch.
That would fucking suck. That would be awful.
That would be torture.
It is torture, yeah. But they had one where they would put you in this like box where it's not big enough to stand up, but it's not like
it's not. You can't sit down as well.
Yes, you can't sit down or stand up.
So you're always in. I remember that one too.
You're stuck in like an uncomfortable
this
position. Yeah. So you can't actually ever like rest, and they will not feed you or anything until you're on the brink of death. Then they'll give you food just to keep you alive, and then it just keep it going.
I feel medieval times, people were literally just having fun. They were bored as shit.
They were just literally coming up with like, what's the most fun way to make someone suffer?
Let's create a helmet that screws into someone's head a hole. Okay.
And then maybe it can pop both the eyes out, and
yes.
The tongue gets pulled 5 feet out the mouth.
How about a machine that I mean, these are essentially saw traps. I'm picturing them, and I'm like, these are literally just saw traps.
They had, I'm trying to think of some of the other ones. They had the fucking pear. I forgot what it was called, but it was something pear. And it was this like metal ball that they would put in your mouth and then start like turning a crank or some kind of Inspector Gadget shit, and spikes would slowly come out of of this ball until it just pierced through, your head and like your jaw and your, everything. Horrible. Tarred and feathered. If Luke is if Luke's acting up, uploads the podcast later or something, I think we should tar and feather him.
It's got to suck. Because, I learned about tar and feathering when I went to Charleston on a tour when I was young in middle school.
Do you die from that?
Due to suffocation. Because your skin can't breathe.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
You die from suffocation from your skin?
Not being able to breathe.
Whoa. That's
what I remember that person telling me on the tour. It's because like covering your skin in like tar.
You're gonna get burnt.
Yeah.
That sounds miserable because you're fucking burning like fucking crazy. Tar is.
You can't get this shit off of you. What are you gonna scrape your skin off and grow more skin like a lizards don't do? Well,
it doesn't work.
They just do tails.
You can't grow more skin.
Who regrows skin? Snakes.
They do.
Who else sheds? I'm sure some fish shed. Crabs, crustaceans.
Yeah, crustaceans do. I think. I mean, snails switch shells. Do crabs?
Crustaceans do. Crabs do.
I don't know.
They get really. Remember, there was an episode of SpongeBob where Mr. Krabs gets really soft and pink.
Yes.
And then he gets a new shell.
They molt.
Yeah, something like that.
Bugs. A lot of bugs do. Like cicadas and stuff. You'd find the exoskeletons. Wish humans did that. That'd be fucking awesome. And you'd be saved from tar and feathering.
Exactly.
If you could just, get out of your skin. Have you ever like gotten tar on your hands before? Dude,
No.
it is fucking sticky. It does.
Where'd you go play with tar?
Sometimes I would just roll around in it when I was a kid. Just
okay. Is there just like a tar pit or
a tar
something?
pit? Yeah. My dad dug one in the backyard because I liked it.
There's a lot of money to be made in tar pitting.
Is that also Thomas Jefferson? Did he say that?
No, that's I was about to say Ruby Roundhouse, and I have no idea. That's
who the fuck is Ruby Roundhouse?
That's the character from the recent Jumanji movies.
Dude, your brain,
the redheaded one.
Your brain, it's so fascinating how it works when it comes to pulling names out of your head
of my
noggin, out of your hat.
Hey, names out of a hat.
You keep
pulling names out of my hat.
Well, it says Waleed on it, so there is a name on that.
It's Waleed's hat, I guess.
That's not even like his merch. That's just his hat, and it has his name on it because he puts his name on all his clothes so he doesn't lose it. And you stole it from him, and he's losing his shit trying to find it.
Well, I hope he's not worried about it. I love you, Ʞᴜ.
In fact, Ʞᴜ has a message for all of you.
I was about to say, hopefully, like in my head and in my self-edit, there was like Ʞᴜ comes in and goes, it's like, no problem, Ryan. But now we're giving him more. I like this more screen time.
You want to give him more screen time?
So can that idea of and no more thank you, Ryan. What does he get, Matt?
Maybe we can have
a message from Ʞᴜ.
A message from Ʞᴜ, but specifically on the topic of we've been talking about medieval stuff. So maybe Ʞᴜ can bring
your
in
favorite medieval torture device.
Yeah.
What is Ʞᴜ's favorite medieval torture device? Here we go.
Hey everybody. I would probably say my favorite medieval torture device would be the brazen bull. Now if you guys don't know what the brazen bull is, essentially it's like a metal bull statue kind of thing, like a sculpture almost, but it has a door inside so you could put someone in there, right? Like a bad person. You put them in there and then you light a fire underneath. So then they burn from the inside. The metal gets really hot, right? And so when the metal gets hot, they start screaming like, ah, And then, because it's in a bowl, it kind of sounds like the bowl is screaming. So I kind of like it because both it's like painful, but then also it has this really cool elevated approach where it's kind of like, oh, it's like a 2-in-1, Anyways, yeah, the brazen bull is my favorite medieval torture device.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Ʞᴜ. And now we're going to go to a quick commercial break. And when we're back, we'll talk about all sorts of fun things.
Matt Watson. Ryan McGee. Fight.
What's up? Welcome back from the commercial break. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I figured I would get started without Ryan. Ryan is out in the bathroom, I think, draining some piss out of his penis. So I figured, I'd do a little solo segment and just talk to you guys one-on-one, uno in uno. Let's talk about space, guys. There's been a lot of cool...
Hey, no space talk. No space talk. We have whole 2-hour podcasts dedicated to it.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't.
We have one of our longest podcast episodes recorded, the SuperMega Show recorded, is about space and aliens and all that stuff. And then I see one of the longest episodes of the SuperMega Cast is about space and aliens and all that stuff. So no more.
Just a little bit.
I mean, is there any alien updates?
No, I mean there was the New Jersey drone shit, and that kind of just died out of the news real quick. Sorry, no, you looked at what looked like my shoulder, and at the corner of my eye, I saw something kind of like sparkle on my shoulder, on my jacket, and I thought that maybe there was a bug on me.
No, there's no bug on you. I was making sure that this was spinning.
It is spinning.
And it is spinning.
And for the audio listeners going, what is he talking about? Talking about my erection.
Yeah. Oh, it's spinning all right.
It's going woo, woo, woo.
Like that one old internet thing that you would click on.
You know what it is? You know the name?
See, my brain is doing. I know it's not Lemon Party. I know that's That's the old man.
That's the old man having gay sex.
What is this one?
Me.
Meatspin.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Meatspin.
Okay, I just needed the first part.
Meatspin. Who owns that domain? Hey, dude, wouldn't it be so fucking cool to own a classic domain like that?
Well, I think Meat Canyon should do the original Meatspin.
Oh my god, dude, like as a reference?
We're challenging other YouTubers to do the Meatspin.
We're doing the Meatspin challenge. We nominate Meat Canyon.
Jack's Films. Cutie Cinderella.
No! I love the idea of nominating other YouTubers to have gay sex and film it with their penises spinning. Well, dude, Meatspin.
Asmongold.
Oh, I'd love to see that. His dirty ass bedroom.
XQC
and Asmongold.
Emily CC. We can't have just a fully male dominated space.
But it's gay sex. I don't want to get into it, but
yeah,
Aaron and Dan.
100%.
Gay sex.
I've never heard of it. One of those.
Danny's you actually find out he's never heard of homosexuality to begin with. What?
How does that even work?
Wait, two men can't kiss? What?
Could anyone be a homosexual?
Well, yeah.
He starts looking out, like going out in the street and see.
Like his heartbeat, you can hear it as he's
Like
walking, looking, like shifting his eyes side to side.
Like the same anxiety of like a schizophrenic who believes they're being spied upon.
They're being gangstalked.
Yeah.
But it's just Danny realizing that gay people exist and they could be anywhere. There is an old like PSA video about homosexuality from like the 50s that it pretty much is that premise, and it goes, beware, one may never know when the homosexual is about. And it is like gay people can be anywhere and anyone.
Well, that is true.
It's true.
They can be anywhere, and it can be anyone.
Could even be you.
The viewer.
Are you gay?
Good. Welcome to Super Mega Show.
Yeah, this the remaining part of this podcast is just for the gays.
Yeah,
So-
no finger wagging to the gays from us boys.
No, we're not gonna do any finger wagging. Maybe a little meat spinning though.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, dude, meat spin is awesome though. Like, do you remember you'd pull it up on a friend's computer, fucking prank the shit out of them, and it would say how many spins it's gotten through.
Oh yeah. I'd prank friends with it. I was just about to say. I thought that was. I treated it as like the YouTube before YouTube when I was a kid. Did you prank your? Is that what people did?
Well, yeah,
prank
it's
their
a
friends?
GIF. It's just a looping GIF of
I
gay
know what
sex.
it is.
So I
had a
mean,
lot of
how is it
fun.
the YouTube before YouTube? If you
You just sit there.
watching it,
It's the
just sitting there watching it.
yeah, it's
Oh,
old internet. I mean, you didn't have much to do on old internet. You know.
okay. How long are you watching it for?
I mean, how long's your average YouTube video? I guess you know.
Well,
It depends.
nowadays.
Sometimes I just click in to check, and sometimes I'd binge. You know.
To check like there's some new update or something's changed. Yep, still spinning.
Sometimes I just binge Meatspin, dude.
Dude, I binged Meatspin this weekend. Oh my god, dude.
That's some crazy shit. Have you done that? Have you seen it yet? Have you binged it yet?
Dude, you guys gotta see
You
this.
got to get through the whole thing.
There-
I still haven't been able to.
I just realized something. You're 30. I am
Older.
just shy of 35.
Okay.
And our audience, there's probably some people listening to this right now. They're going, Meatspin? What the hell is that? Because they're born in like 2000 or something.
Yeah. So what? You want to introduce our younger audience to Meatspin?
Yeah, I'm trying to show them some gay porn.
True. I mean, if they were born in 2000, they're 24.
Yeah, so
Going on 25. Some of them are already 25, depending
That's
on
crazy.
when they were born in
Oh my god.
penis and balls.
I guess our audience that's born after 9/11. I think 9/11 is a good comparable point for Meatspin, if you know it or not. If you're born after 9/11, you probably don't know Meatspin. But if you're born before 9/11, you've seen the Meatspin. And for those who don't know what Meatspin is, just a fair warning before you go looking it up, it is gay porn.
Porn.
Dude, it's full penetration. It's sodomy.
I mean-
it's anal sex.
I mean,
with
But it's not done for sexual gratification. It's done for a good giggle and gaff and goof and laugh.
which means it would be allowed on YouTube because it's not done for sexual gratification.
like our Elden Ring video.
Exactly. Like the part when my character was emoting and it was close up on my face and I was getting mad. That was done for the purpose of sexual gratification.
Apparently.
Yeah.
And if it's a mistake, we're just going to leave it as the mistake that it is. And we're going to say that it was a mistake and then not fix it. Mm-hmm. Even though people make a living off of this platform.
They do.
We're a bit red about that one. Red in the face.
We're cherry red in the cheeks. And I'm not talking about our bottoms. I'm
From
talking
being
about
spanked.
I'm talking about these cheeks.
Yeah. Our face cheeks.
Our face cheeks. Very, 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 very cherry red. Because YouTube.com, aka Google.
Not to be confused with U2, the band.
No. They're wonderful. I don't want to throw any shade their way. But
Or light, because we don't really listen to them that much.
I do.
Oh.
I'm always listening to YouTube.
It's
a beautiful day.
Every damn day.
Wake up and I throw my U2 on. And I go, I listen to my U2 while I'm playing with my U2s and watching some U2.
What were you going on, though? You were going to say something.
Yeah, I was going to say we're cherry red in the face because Elden Ring, guys, if you haven't seen it yet, it's our new video, which we worked Very hard on.
The views are going.
Oh my god,
Dude, we 100,000. Oh, 200,000. Oh, almost at 300. Got age restricted.
I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I mean, like, 2024 views were not the highest. They're currently not the highest they've ever been. So we've been trying to, we've been praying for a miracle. We dropped Ʞᴜᴜ after putting a crazy amount of work into it. Like, I would say between
Us
you,
and a bunch of other people.
Yeah, between you and me and the editors.
That we paid
And
in
exposure.
thank yous and exposure.
I went on the Twitter and I tweeted their ads.
Good.
So
That was the payment.
Yep. But I would say, like, legit, I know this might sound dumb. You might be like, how? We probably collectively sunk 200 hours into that video.
Yeah,
like,
easy.
just editing and we were very excited for it. You can see we put our blood, sweat, tears, a little bit of piss into it.
People are saying it's the best edited video on the channel. Well, again, we'd love to take full credit for it.
Yes.
'Cause that would be sick.
And we are.
But we while Matt and I did do a lot of the the editing, there was also two others that did a lot of the editing.
Shout out
Wade
Mikey.
Barnes.
I'm sorry. I fucked up. I cut off a fantastic bit you were doing.
No, but you
Well, Mikey and Wade Barnes.
yeah.
Yeah, but shout out to Matt and shout out to
Tolek?
Yeah, his name is Tolek. I'm not giving myself credit. It's just another editor named Matt.
Yeah.
From Poland. And then shout out to Mikey, Xtopia.
Boy.
Yeah, two super cool dudes that we met over the interweb, who hit us up and they were like, "Hey, I edit," and we looked at their stuff and went, "Holy smokes, you want to help us?" So they did a fantastic job cutting down almost 6 hours of footage into what it is. So thank you guys. But this video, I was surprised. It's monetized fully. It's
For days.
and
For days, it is monetized fully and creeping up in the algorithm.
that was the big thing for me. I don't care about any money it makes. Like, I care about it helping us grow.
Yeah.
And for the first
it did.
time,
It
it did. But for the first time in like 6 months, I would say, we were finally experiencing some like decent growth on the channel because, I mean, even years ago, SuperMega has always been.
We get stuck at like one number,
Yeah.
and then we kind of tick up. That's kind of honestly been the history of SuperMega.
Honestly, yeah. Minus little bursts here and there, it's been a very steady.
It's
like you're going
little
up a roller
bursts,
coaster,
and then we usually tick to our final goal. That's typically what happens. We're waiting, and we tick to the final goal.
Yeah, we're not blowing up or
Yeah.
anything. There have been times where something has boosted us temporarily with a big influx of subs, and times when
It was
the
mostly
opposite.
at the very beginning when we announced the channel, and
Yeah.
a lot of people came in, and of course, like it did grow exponentially. But I do feel like the biggest growth we have ever seen in the channel was when we just made it live and people came
'cause-
in and subscribed. But other than that, yeah, it has been just kind of like a steady, slight boost, ticking, slight boost, ticking,
like a roller
up.
coaster going up.
Yeah,
And what happens at the top? What happens when a roller coaster goes up?
a big loop-de-loop.
Yep. YouTube age restricts our video out of the blue. And I'm frustrated because when a video gets age restricted, guys, I'm ripping my hair out because that means it kills all momentum. Like the momentum that this video has in the algorithm helping us grow. We're getting new subscribers. We're getting good views. Finally, like you and I.
It's a video
were
we're proud of.
So yeah, it's one that we worked hard on. It's growing the channel. We were really stoked. And YouTube came in, age restricted it, which kills it in the algorithm.
Age restricted
It's done.
it.
It's
for
dead.
They gave us the time code too. They age restricted it for nudity and sexual content, which they say is like content for the sake of sexual gratification.
Yes, they specifically say that they have examples of what counts as sexual content, and they have like exposure of genitals, blah 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 blah, for the purpose of sexual gratification. They gave us the timestamp. We watched the part, and it's literally my character emoting, and it zooms in up close on his face, and the
Yep.
other half of the screen is a close-up of my face looking at the TV screen going, "Oh, fuck. Why is he doing this? Stop." That's it. So clearly, no nudity or sexual content. So we, of course, appeal this because YouTube allows you to submit an appeal. And it's late at night, so I'm like, I'm sure they'll respond tomorrow. Boom, 20, 30 minutes later, they have manually confirmed.
That means someone apparently,
apparently,
I don't believe it, but apparently a human did go, yes, there is graphic nudity in this video that is for the purpose of sexual gratification.
Which this fully makes me believe that their manual
you looked
review,
good in your costume, I will say.
Thank you. But I think that when you do an appeal, the manual review, I think that is just a second bot. I don't think that it's...
No, God, no.
Maybe it's like a more meticulous bot, but...
They've lawyer worded it to use the word manual, so it incentivizes people to kind of just give up and be like, okay, I guess a person looked at it. When I think it really is just terminology they're using to kind of placate.
Because they don't say human review.
No.
Manuel. I mean, it could be a Spanish guy named Manuel.
True. I didn't think about that. But there's no accent or anything.
That's true. Anyway, so this was...
Or tilde.
In the middle of his name?
Enye.
Ooh, I love Enye. Love an Enye shape. And I love Enya. But, dude, we were pissed because this means there is no chance.
Chuffed to bits.
Yeah, absolutely. It means there's no chance of our video getting unage restricted, which now also means that no monetization, so no money is being made. And it's dead in its tracks. It's just sitting dead in the water. So we were fucking bummed. So we do...
we reach out on Twitter.
What any good YouTuber does.
You know, we at the team YouTube on Twitter. We have this post. We explain what the problem is. That
Very well.
It incorrectly flagged it. We even provided the video clip ourselves in that response.
You can go look.
We wait probably not even 10 minutes, and we get a response from Team YouTube. I mean,
we're looking into it.
We can pull it up so we can better.
Basically, I'll let you read through it. You just want to read through the whole saga so people can get an exact clear image. And the video that I attached, I mean, Luke could even just put the video up, silently playing, but you can see that there's no nudity at all, and the timestamp given.
It starts with us going, at Team YouTube, our video was wrongly age restricted for nudity and sexual content. Here's the moment that was flagged, and as you can see, there is no nudity at all in our video. We appealed, and it was almost immediately manually rejected. What gives? Please help fix this. This unfortunately completely kills any, and we talk about it killing traction. Right. YouTube responds, totally hear you on this. Want to make sure we're looking at the right video. Can you share the video URL so we can take a look? And so we send them the URL. We wait a bit, and then we get a response. Thanks. We'll take a look at this and let you know what we find. Hold tight. It may take a couple of days to hear back. So already we're going, the video's already dead. Like, it's already
There's no reviving it.
Yeah, it's like, and we're okay with limited ads. Yeah. That would make sense because for language and stuff like that.
I mean, it's a vulgar video.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, we're not going to try to fight this and pretend like it's not
but
a vulgar
age
video.
Restriction.
That's the thing. Limited ads make sense. We say a lot of swear words. We're smoking marijuana. I get it. It's vulgar. But YouTube saying this, you know, I got a little hopeful because in the past when we have, gone at YouTube on Twitter over an issue, they have generally been helpful. They've fixed things. They've overturned a lot of
YouTubers
appeals.
in the past. They did it with Dr. Drew recently.
It's really kind of a roll of the dice, but I was a little bit hopeful. The video is dead, unfortunately, with no revival, but at least if we can get it unage restricted, it can keep just at least breathing.
So we see that it would take a couple of days, and we're like, but this is your mistake. So we respond back, and we're kind of fine with them. It's like you can see how age restrictions just stop a video's growth and its tracks. We're really laying into them.
I put a graph.
You did.
I
did put a
graph. The graph of the views where you can see where the age restriction happened, and they went.
So after that back and forth, we finally get a response from Team YouTube.
Drum roll, please.
Update: After reviewing the video that you appealed to, we found that the content does violate our vulgar language policy because it contains language that may not be appropriate for viewers under 18. The video is age restricted. So That's what we got back. So my first thought about seeing that is one, I don't think many videos, a lot of videos are put on limited to no ads or whatever for vulgar language.
Yeah.
Not many videos are age restricted for vulgar language, and the only ones that I can really imagine that are for when people use slurs. Like that is vulgar language that would be age restricted, like hate speech, but even like shown in like a documentary.
Right, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like hate speech, like shown in a documentary purpose, could be age restricted.
Yeah,
but I have never seen a video age restricted, and it just doesn't really happen. They'll demonetize
for language.
it. Yeah, for language, and also they said that it violates this policy, so it's age restricted for this. We go on our YouTube backend, it still says it's age restricted for nudity. So the only place that says, the only official like documentation of it being age restricted for vulgar language is just in their tweet. So it's not even official.
There's more to the saga, believe it. Well, you were a part of it, so you would know. Mm-hmm. So we weren't kind of having that. So because in our heads, we're okay with you doing whatever you want to the video. Do not have our video tagged as if it has nudity and graphic sexual content in it. That's just a false flag. That is just wrong. It is an incorrect thing to flag our video for.
Yeah.
If you say it's for language, then go
Change
into the
it.
back end and change it.
Because regardless of the like vulgarity of the video or it being age restricted, the fact that it's age restricted specifically for nudity and sexual content is factually incorrect.
And I'm sure there's something in the back end that like remember, like I'm worried in the future we have a problem. People are going through like looking through fast reports, not looking at all the details in them, and just going, we see that you were age restricted for graphic nudity
in the past. You have posted graphic nudity,
and it's like, no, we haven't. This is like this shouldn't be something that then we have to go and correct them on in future altercations we have with the system, because we know that we will have future altercations with their fucking system.
And I worry that on the back end,
their freaking system. I'm sorry.
I worry that on the back end, like no one understands the algorithm, but it's so complex. And I do worry that now having a video age restricted on our channel for graphic sexual content will not promote our channel as much because it's flagged as having that content. So it pushes it back in the algorithm.
Yeah.
You know, it's not safe for advertisers or viewers. So we try to get YouTube to at least fix that. And just like, if you're going to keep it age restricted.
Well, we sent a response.
We did.
We said, hey, Team YouTube, our video is still being falsely flagged for nudity/sexual content. We request your help in resolving this issue as it is incorrect to attribute sexual content to our video that isn't there. We would prefer our video be flagged accurately rather than having it mistakenly marked for something that isn't present. Please help us fix your mistake. Here's the video.
Fire writing right there, McGee.
And then we get another response from Team YouTube after this, not too long after.
Drum roll.
There's nothing more we can do on our side to change the outcome. These decisions are made very thoughtfully, and our community guidelines exist to make YouTube a safer community for everyone. Thanks again for understanding. It's like, one, there is no understanding that we've come to. Also, we ratioed you guys on a ratio of like 10-1 essentially.
Sheesh. But now we're not getting on age restricted. It's embarrassing. You've embarrassed them.
But we sent a response that was we were just biting back a little. We said, in quotes, very thoughtfully, genuinely, please explain why this clip is flagged for nudity and sexual content. There is zero nudity or sexual content in this clip or within the entirety of our video, yet it's still age restricted for that specific reason. That's not thoughtful. It's just flat out incorrect, which is true.
Yeah.
We don't mind if you tell us your system made some sort of clerical mistake or just any sort of mistake, but there should at least be usually, like, I don't know, a conversation doesn't go, you did something wrong. Okay. Like, usually there's some sort of like, okay, how can I help fix this, what I did wrong?
Yes, I think that it was mistakenly flagged, and for some reason, instead of just correcting it, they doubled down. And now that they've doubled down, they are not going to turn back. They're saying, there's nothing we can do. It's like, it's your website. What do you mean there's nothing you can do? And also,
you've helped us in the past before with stuff of similar, of like, honestly, stuff that, like, This one seems like the most glaring of something they should fix.
Yes, because it's just factually incorrect. You can literally go look at the clip that they flagged, and there is zero sexual content in it.
But we meant for language.
Yeah.
Then put... Also, this is something I brought up to you today. It's like language is like an audio thing. The graphic nudity is like a visual thing.
What did you say? You said something about like they could hear the nudity or
oh yeah, like they heard the nudity or something. It was just like this. How does the system make a mistake in accidentally apparently this is what the system did. It heard curses and then something happened to where it misunderstood those curses and turned it into graphic nudity within its own back-end system to flag it as nudity.
Genius.
Like, it doesn't make sense. That
No.
it just...
I don't get it. And legitimately, like, I think they got caught with egg on their face. And
hey, we like that post you put, which was very well
thank
worded.
you. I fire back at them. But I think that the double down is just insane because I feel like they just go, oh fuck. Well,
I mean, there's
we
nothing
have to
we can
find
do
another
about
reason to age restrict it. Here's the real reason it's age restricted. Then it instead, and it's just unheard of to age restrict for language. And it's not like this video is any more vulgar than any of the other videos on this channel. Any of the 2,000 fucking videos.
All of a sudden, all of them get age restricted. They're like, you're right.
Yeah. And also, I'm just gonna say the most glaringly obvious thing in this. I thought
drug use.
Yes, the easy way out for them would have been to say it's age restricted for the use of marijuana.
But if they go back and say that it is that now, it's like, what, you've changed your mind three separate occasions to just find a way to make sure it just maintains age restricted instead of just switching it to limited ads.
When it was age restricted, and before I saw the reason, I was like, oh, 100% it's for weed. It's
and
because we smoke
would
weed.
have understood that.
Yes, that I would have understood because the other You Die, You Smoke videos, those are age restricted. I don't know about all of them, but some of them are. For what reason? Drug paraphernalia and stuff. And I understand that. And as much as it sucks, I get it. This is just fucking flat
That's something
out
that
wrong.
we can't really fight on.
Yeah.
But we can fight on this because they're just wrong.
Right. This is not like a debate with YouTube where we're saying, no, our video is appropriate. And they're going, no, it's inappropriate. And we're going, no, it's not. This is just factually incorrect.
And we want them to fix the error. And well, they've recognized the error.
And
publicly.
So my next step, we put out another tweet. They have not responded. They're ghosting us as of right now. So we contacted a rep at YouTube that we know. And
pretty much the same type of response.
He basically just sent back a response, very short, that was like, oh, this seems to be a clerical error with no anything else about how to fix it or if it's going to be fixed. He just stated, looks like a clerical error. And in my original email that I sent, I was like, we worked really hard on this. It's just factually incorrect. I attached the video. Here's the Twitter thread. Can you help us in fixing this mistake? And then he just said, looks like clerical error. So I was like, okay, could you help us fix it? And he basically said, they put a lot of thought into this stuff, their team, and I don't, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, well, can you...
There's no thought put into it because it's just incorrect. It is like, it's not even like a basis of
right.
like, it's not like debating is God real or not, who's correct in that debate. This is just is
it red or blue? And it's red.
Is this a shade of green?
No.
Yes.
It's not a shade of green. I mean, you tell me I'm incorrect.
Yeah.
And then...
but as you can see, Matt and I are... Well, I mean, there's no happy...
There is a
happy
conclusion to the emails. I say, well, would you be able to point us in the right direction to get in contact with someone that could help us? And he just said, I think your best bet would just be YouTube support chat. Like, just the YouTube general support chat, which is mostly bots. And also, we've used it before. It is bullshit. They're not going to help. So that's where we are.
The truth of the matter is we're not like many other who even like 1 million is a large number to get to, but even with 1 million subscribers, those like YouTubers, like there is the hierarchy doesn't really start to come in unless you're like, and this is no shade, but unless you are like Hot Ones, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye,
they'll listen to you then.
They'll definitely like they don't want to upset you in that case.
Which I get it because it's a capitalistic system, so the big boys are
It makes sense, you know, but
it's just fucking frustrating.
It sucks for the medium man.
Yeah. I don't want to call ourselves the little guy.
Yeah.
I mean, relatively sure, but it's like
we're the middle class of YouTube.
Yeah, I'd say that. It's just fucking annoying, guys, and we're not sure what to do. We're gonna keep trying to fight it. Maybe we'll make an expose video on YouTube and
Calling out YouTube for the grievous error.
They are about to wish that they never fucking touched us.
They're gonna wish that they never bought YouTube.
Mm-hmm. In fact, if you look on screen right now, there's a list of names scrolling. These are all lists. These are all names of YouTube employees that we will be stalking and doxing and
Gangstalking.
Yeah, we have hired a lot of gang stalkers on Craigslist.
I mean, you could probably do that. I mean, you could find anything on Craigslist.
Do you think if we put a Craigslist ad looking for gang stalkers, like,
could you stalk us?
Need you to gang stalk my friend. Do you think we get replies?
Probably, yeah. I'm sure.
I'll gang stalk. What, $20 a day?
But thank you all for supporting the show. We have a little extra slice of this show over on Patreon as the Super Mini Show.
That's right.
You can go enjoy that. We also have extra behind the scenes content, as well as a little show called Uncle Sleepover, where we talk over movies. Not just that, but there's not just one type of tier people can have, right, Matthew?
That's right, and that's why there's names on the screen. If you are a podcast producer or an executive producer, you get your name in every new episode of Super Mega Show, and you also get stickers in the mail every month. Look at these stickers on screen. Beautiful. We have the best sticker club. I'm just going to flat out say it.
We have the best stickers.
We have the best stickers because we have fun envelopes that change colors each month. And the stickers, you get multiple, unless it's like a big bumper sticker. And they're
we
great.
secretly kiss some of the stickers.
We do. And we just work very hard on it. And I will throw out real quick, because we had a switch up with our sticker club management with the person who was packing it, and we trained someone new. It's been a bit of a switch up because it was so out of the blue. Mm-hmm. So if you've had any problems receiving your stickers for any months, or
now would be the time to send an email.
Yes, stickers@funnybrothers.com. Luke, put it on screen if you can. This is the support email, so go ahead and send this email and we'll get you all taken care of. Same with if you have any merch issues, merch@funnybrothers.com. And
that's all, folks.
Like the circle closes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Put a nut on a frying pan and try to cook it up.
Flip it. You got to remember to flip it.
I am actually very curious about that now.
It's a lot of cum you'd have to do because, like, an egg has a good bit of yolk in it.
I mean, if you want, you can just do a little splat and do a tiny.
Like a mini egg. Like those cute little TikTok channels making small, tiny foods for their small, tiny animals.